Hi, welcome into this quick capital funding review where I will be showing you the hard truths about how this lending platform really operates, the pros and cons, alternatives, and most importantly, answering are they legit, which I will do right now. Yes, quick capital funding is legitimate. However, in caps lock followed by a comma, does that necessarily mean they are best for you and your needs? That is what you will be solving and figuring out here throughout this review. So please stick with me until the very end. My name is Michael with Viral Funding Solutions. I'm an expert business loan broker who's been able to help a lot of businesses from different backgrounds and industries get the right type of financing so you're in the best of hands. Here on the homepage, you're seeing helping businesses purchase inventory. You'll see things like payroll. Underneath that, get funding offers, which we'll kind of check out in a moment. And then you see the A plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. And then on Google reviews, 4.9. And we'll look into that a little bit more and see what's really happening. Our funding partners' credentials, they've partnered with here Inc. 500. You have Crane's New York Business, Business Insider, Fox Business, Forbes. Now, I do want to make mention of this that I am not an affiliate or an associate with Quick Capital Funding as we are speaking at this moment in time. And you just have to understand that this is a very transparent review, that I'm not going to push you or tell you to do something because it's my benefit. No, it's all in your best benefit. Get funded in 1 to 2 to 3 easy steps. Checking your rate won't affect your credit score. 1, apply online. Step 2, review your options and you get funded. You see here, fast and easy online application. The loan specialist will contact you or call us at the phone number provided, and then you will have your decision in minutes. No paperwork, no waiting. Get funded. True term loans, 5,000 to a million. Receive funding in as fast as 1 day. Fast, easy, reliable. You see the approved percentage of 85% with 10,000 plus businesses that have been served. 24-hour funding, 75%, 2 billion funds delivered. Customer satisfaction at 95%. You can see that in customer reviews, which we'll get into. Quick capital funding options. Find the business loan that meets your needs. You have things like equipment financing, working capital, term loans, which we'll go into deeper, SBA loans, invoice financing, merchant cash advances, and business lines of credit. And what sets them apart is what differentiates them, they would say, is their line of credit, as well as other products. But you see trusted partnerships with over 50 plus lenders from different locations, exclusive partnerships that you can count on. So they're kind of like this, you call it an online marketplace per se, or a lending platform that connects you with those investors that will help businesses, small businesses, get the right type of financing. And there are these ways to go about it. There are other ways. I am not, like I said, as associated with quick capital funding. So there's a lot deeper stuff that I may not know about with this specific one, but others I do know very well how those types of agencies, brokerages, direct lender partnerships will work. And I have other recommendations where I've actually vetted the right lenders who work with the best industries and know your specific situation. And I'll link you to more information on down below if it is there. And if it isn't, there will be a questionnaire form for you to fill out that looks somewhat similar to this. And you can select from one of these two options that applies to you. You click that, and it'll bring you over to the questionnaire form, where when you fill this out, I will give you a very personalized and customized email response on your best funding option and options. Very thoroughly broken down. And this is from a true expert who's been able to help a lot of businesses. I just don't speak it. I'm not an information guy. I'm the actual broker. And I'll show you, because I evaluate and analyze whatever financials you bring. If there are no financials needed, no docs, what type of programs those are, what to look out for, whether you can qualify for them or not. I'll give you ballpark ranges. I pre-underwrite files and all of this. And that's what it'll look like more or less. But back to the rest of this review. At Quick Capital Funding, we appreciate how investing in relationships bring mutual prosperity, who we partner with to ensure that the best service is available for our customers. Now, I'm not saying this is true or not about Quick Capital Funding, but an extensive amount of time that I've been in this industry with online marketplaces or people that connect you to lenders, you have to be careful about who you go to. And a lot of them, they can participate in what are called trigger leads. There are companies that I've already exposed on this, more concrete evidence and information, especially from other people saying it. It's happened to me where, hey, you submit information with one person, they send it out to another party. They're not even sending it to the right individual. Then now they're contacting you, wondering who they are, or you weren't even introduced to them. And you're not like, whoa, who are they? You get all these emails now from different third parties, different lenders, ISOs, organizations, Perhaps your credit's been pulled multiple times. Your social security now is at fault for fraud that you didn't cause yourself, but somebody else did. You have multiple inquiries. They said it would be a soft pull, but then it ended up being a hard pull. And now your information is out on the dark web. Now all these lenders will go and look at the credit facilities like the Experians of the world. They can do this. They can go buy that, and that's called trigger leads. And then they can contact you behalf on somebody else's business sometimes, not always. But be very careful about who you give your information to. And I'll leave more resources down below on what trigger leads are, syndication leads, and other ways to protect your information. Now, find out how much funding you can qualify for. You see first name all the way down to phone number. Check your rate. What are the customers saying? Maria V. I had the pleasure of working with Ria Lynn. She was professional and made me feel comfortable, very straightforward. I worked with Ra. She was very great. I felt she cares about people and their business and goes the extra mile. Quick capital funding staff. And I'm not seeing, you're not seeing the images that's right there. But what staff have been nothing but helpful. They have helped for almost 6 months now with financing my business. Michael Jones here, very easy to deal with. It has been a pleasure working with them. Carrie, I enjoyed the process very much. It was efficient and Kara provided friendly, exceptional service. It was super pleasant to work with her. And you see an abundant amount. Industry leading approval process that is easy and less intensive. Get the capital you need to allow your business to grow today. See how easy and therefore. So if I can click here before we go into the products. That's not a clickable link. There's business, Better Business Bureau. 3.91 out of 5. A rating. Customer complaints. Will not cease and desist from sending us mail under various names after being repetitively told to stop. See, this is what you have to be careful about, whether this is true or not completely, or how they maybe thought it was them, maybe someone else. But the problem I'm seeing with a lot of different online marketplaces, there are some out there you've heard of that I don't want to start naming, that you have to be very careful about, because they can also do this and they can bait and switch. They may tell you, hey, you can come get an SBA loan, but they end up getting you a cash advance or something similar. So be very careful. I've already vetted out the best lenders to work with directly and indirectly, because again, there's that brokerage setup that I already have those relationships with, but it's better to do this because you have more flexibility and your privacy is protected. We will not harm it whatsoever. And in ways, even with the best lenders, there's that little minute chance that there's people that, your information is stored with the credit companies, and the highest bidder will buy those. But be very careful when you work with somebody like me. At least that will be detected, and I'll tell you, hey, that's not what you should do. Stay away from that. They're acting on behalf of a different party. Don't do that. And will not cease and desist from sending us mail under various names after being told repetitively to stop. He has sent two, and 2 of these people don't live here and never have. One of them is deceased. And then the response here: this merchant made one request to be removed from receiving letters. It takes a few weeks for it to completely filter through our system. So it is possible they received a letter that was already scheduled to be sent out. We have entered them into our removal system and they should stop receiving letters. So, I mean, to what extent that has actually happened, it's another story. But let's move over here. I received a call for funding today and denied the services and asked them to be taken off the call list. I then got a call back in less than 1 minute after hanging up, still trying to sell service. After I denied again, I got a call from this is exhausting, who said he was listening to the call and then acted as if he couldn't hear me deny service. I hung up and not to call me back, and got another call. I told them they were harassing me and that I needed to stop. And then received back-to-back calls from them and kept calling. This is harassment and very unprofessional. We received the information, have no record of in our system of this person. Well, who knows? I mean, maybe it did and maybe it didn't happen, but I wouldn't want to take a chance on that, would you? Like I said, I work with the best, so I'll show you, especially in that questionnaire form if you haven't filled it out. We have searched their name, phone number, email, and address, and nothing exists in our database. There's been a company intentionally impersonating our name, so that's probably what's happening. There are impersonators out there. So whether that is true or not, I mean, you have to kind of read between the lines and say, well, do I want to deal with somebody that may be doing that, may not be doing that? And spitting our main line phone number to call people. And this is something that's happened with other individuals, with other types of companies. There is an ongoing lawsuit to resolve this issue, and that's happened with others. Nevertheless, we have no record of any contact with this customer due to this. There is no way for us to remove them or prevent them from being contacted by other company. Quick Capital keeps sending me approval letters, and then you see this. So take it at face value. And just understand that these kind of things, they do happen. Doesn't necessarily mean they're not as credible. But like I said, again, if you want to work with the best, and I vetted those who work well, then I'll leave you more information to them down below, or more so the questionnaire form is best to do, so I can give you an overall picture instead of just saying, hey, most people, they do this, they just go and apply anywhere and everywhere. They go, well, yeah, just show me where. No. You have to have an actual breakdown. You have to know more than what you just see on face value, because there is more on the back end. And you want to also see what other options are available in case this one works or another one, which one wouldn't work, etc., etc. So let's go see if this works. This should be clickable links. But loans, I know we spent a good amount of time on that, didn't we? Loans, equipment to get the job done, benefits, access to a wide range, maintain cash. There's a few benefits there. How to qualify, finding out your goal. See, the problem I have with these kinds of things is like, there's an FAQ. Okay, that helps. But what are the actual qualifications? I want to know more instead of just giving them a call. And you have to be careful about this because then they want your information. There's some online marketplaces. I'm not saying this one will, but they have like a robotic machine and you say something to them, it collects your information. And then they're able to say, hey, well, you were saying yes to something that you weren't sure about. So be very careful. What is equipment financing? I don't want to go into that. How does equipment financing work? Will my application that's filed be safe and secure? They say absolutely. Our applications, are protected, and we only share information with our trusted lenders. How long can you finance? Well, it depends. Typically 1 to 7 years. However, the term may be longer. How long? On average, it takes 2 to 5 working days, depending on the piece of equipment. Okay, the equipment's type and price credit rating of the borrowing company that can be affected. Make sure you're in the driver's license, bank statements, credit score. Okay, that's general information. See, I want to know more. And so you don't always get everything at face value. And that's what I see as a con. They're expecting you to get a hold of them because it sounds attracting, but it's not as attracting to me. I've been here long enough. I've run a digital marketing agency. I've ran affiliate marketing businesses in the health and non-health space. I've run other ones like hybrids with e-commerce with my blog. And so I'm attuned to what marketing is. And I have that background, but I'm a true business loan broker in the regards that I do all of this. And this is the field that I wanted to focus on for a long time. And I'm so grateful and humbled that I get to focus on this 100%. Now, that's one part. You have working capital. I'm not going to go through the benefits already. How to qualify. There's no real, what are the rates here? What are the actual years? What am I expecting in terms of there's none of that. And that's what a lot of online marketplaces end up doing too, because they're not a direct lender or they're not like a platform that's able to do that. And even if they were, they're not going to show you all that because they just want to have a call with you. And if you don't qualify, hey, guess what they'll end up doing? Perhaps they'll end up saying, hey, we have another third party. It's okay. We can refer you to them. And you don't know who you're working with over there. Are they even credible? And you'll want to run all that by me. But at that point, you shouldn't be doing that. Will my application be saved? How long? Typically 6 to 24 months with competitive rates. Okay, business can expect to receive an offer around 10% of its annual revenue. On average, it takes 4 to 8 working days for submitting documentation and considerations like a credit score. There's not a lot of information there about all that. And so now let me come back over here. The most popular one that has the most highest approval, I would say, higher approval more than anything, but it would be the merchant cash advance. And I know for everybody, it's not as attractive. I don't want to get into the pros and cons. I've already created content on that. I'll try to link it to down below. Also, check out my free business funding course if it's still free. But even if it isn't, it's well worth your time. It's going to show you the A to Z from the fundamentals, everything broken down. How do they work? How long? Typically 4 to 12 months, sometimes 4 to 24 months, 3 to 24 months, 3 to 36 months if it's a monthly lender, but not all of them are available. How does it work? 1 to 3 days. I'm going to go to all this. But it's based on your future receivables, is what you're paying back. It's a percentage or a fixed amount. I've had experience just about with all of these, just so you know. Actually, all of them, when I say that. And equipment financing, I've done plenty of working capital term loans, a lot of these, and more. There are other products. So SBA loans, I have my recommendations and my preferred lenders, honestly, that I've already vetted. So I would recommend those. But to get a better idea is to fill out that questionnaire if you have it. That'll be the most energy and time efficient way. Again, not a lot of information. So that's where I, have a red flag with some of these things, whether they are credible or not. And there's probably something in the back end that I may not know of that doesn't make them as credible as I may be assuming. But from what I'm seeing, it can be. And so just be very cautious. And again, like I said, I have other alternatives to check out. And so we can go down this list as much as we want. Business lines of credit, revolving line, what our customers are saying, what is a business line of credit, how does it work, how long does it last? 12 to 24 months. How long does it take to get a business line of credit? 3 to 5 working days. Excuse me. Had vegetable juice earlier. Business lines of credit. What is that? And then you get to see about over here. Helps more support small business. Partner with lending and leading investors. Cutting edge technology. Performance of your business funding partner credentials. You see that. Some of this I'm not like too sure about. Like you have to be careful because a lot of people can publish these kind of things online. Like, hey, I just have images and I put them here or something like that. I'm not saying they are doing that. Just be careful. Our difference, business lines of credit, and one of the most sought after small business loans for business owners. Speed, fast funding, flexible payment, revolving credit, clear costs. Our people reflect our values, what our customers saying. And I want to do a quick search here just so I show you. And I may have a blog post in time that I'll try to link you to down below. Let's see Google reviews first. I was gonna look for Trustpilot top there. Facebook, see what they say here. Sometimes there's spammers on Facebook, so you can't always see these as being credible. Reviews. I was so lucky meeting an expert account manager, crypto. See, there's even I would get some of these on my own Facebook pages because there's a lot of spammers. So don't really listen to all these. So this one here, offer loan, but no approval, no communication. I was told 9,000 and then changed 6,000 and then 4,500. And there are cases where that this just happened. I had a recent business owner and I will still continue to get this. And it's something I have experience with where you didn't list perhaps another second owner where you were a 50-50 split. Maybe if it's over 51%, then you don't have to list that. Generally over 80, 90, a lot of the times it's okay. And so when it's 50-50 split, we'll look at those two credit scores. And if you have a partner that has a lower credit than what you have, we're going to have to look at that because it's 50-50 partnership. And that initial amount that you got approved for, maybe 40,000, or in this case, 9,000, then it was overlooked again. And then we had to look at it again and say, well, we have to adjust. Oh, well, we have to also look at your month to date. You are backtracking in sales this month. We cannot just afford to give you a huge amount. And that's for your best interest. And then there's more on top of that. But I'll leave it at that for now. No, that's probably just a spam again. Yeah, be careful of those. Let's backspace here. I can't see because of the HP lighting screen. Let's put this. See, I'm just trying to find all those other reviews that they've been going on about. Like, if I go here, see the location address, everyone. But if I go here, where are these 4.9 reviews? That should be Google reviews. So, capital. I mean, they may be out there. I'm just having a hard time finding them. It shouldn't be this difficult. It can usually pop up here. And I'll say reviews in a moment. I mean, Yelp here. Currently on my second transaction, 4 stars. I have asked this company not to call. They do not listen to the call. They are scammers. They will harass businesses and different phone numbers unacceptable. The reviews on their websites are fake. So hey, that may not be true. So like I said again, I wouldn't myself, but there are alternatives down below where I work with legitimacy. So be very careful if you're hearing that from one person already. And if there is no legitimacy, like I said in the beginning, that may change that quite a bit. And it's one of those things where I check in with companies from time to time to gather more, but sometimes you just don't want to. You want to separate yourself away from it and say, well, how well do they actually operate, and are they going to use my information against me now that I was on a call or that I gave them my information somehow? So be very careful, and that's what I'm seeing now more than ever. And I had that assumption already in the beginning that there is some legitimacy, but how it's unraveling now and what you're seeing with other people saying certain things, and I'm trying to find where those reviews from 4.9 stars and funding reviews. It should be as simple as typing in reviews and I get a list of them. And I did this before and I couldn't find it. You're seeing it again with me. Let's see what this is. Same thing. Might be a change in. So that's kind of weird the way that's put. Let me move this HP line here by the way. Quick capital funding.com. There they are. Okay. So here you're seeing this. This company is sending me spam and trying to scam my company. This message is from this morning. Hope all is well. I had to put a reminder to follow up with you regarding additional funding. Da, 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 da. This is all lies and nonsense. So I'm starting to see this, and I saw it before that when in the beginning when I said there is legitimacy once again, it to a degree, but how they operate, that's a whole different thing. And you're seeing all this now. This lies and nonsense. I never gave them my email address or asked them to contact me at all. We have done no business with them in the past. I've never even heard of this company. They are very clearly running a scam using stolen mailing lists. See, that's the problem. See how they do that? Don't do business with them or trust them. Legitimate companies don't do this. All these positive reviews here are probably fake, which I have already my guard up on that. I worked with Ria. She was very professional. Be careful with this provider that for sure touts 12.9% interest. Felicia was an absolute pleasure to work with. So you have to be careful of these. These might be just more marketing plot. And Joe Young, I have not and will not use this service. They have called multiple times, and each time it's the same person, uses a different name and phone number. I have several voicemails to prove this. Joe, there has been companies using our company name to shield compliance complaints from their illegal marketing practice. It would be helpful if you could provide these voicemails to us targeted companies doing this. So yeah, I mean, there's a few back and forth things going on, but just be very careful. So I think that's what I want to leave it at. Resources, you see that, different types of situations. Okay, so that's what I want to leave you with. Again, there is this form down below so you can get secured, unsecured financing and do it safely. And at the end of the day, I'm taking care of you personally and in business. So don't worry about that. Those situations shouldn't be happening to you. You have too much already to stress up upon in your own business and to work on that. I want to make life easier on you. So this form will be down below in the description as well as all other content. And all my information too will be like in terms of like email and what else you need to gather will be down below, like my actual address and all that. But that will be there. If you got value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with others who you feel will get value out of it so they are aware of what to do, what not to do. And if you haven't subscribed, please click that bell notification icon. And please click the subscriber button. See how I even mess these things up? And click the bell notification icon so you do not miss any future videos I will be coming out. That's it for now. Take care.